Welcome back to Stars Rewind, Robert Redford, a Hollywood legend, not only through his iconic roles but also through his relentless contributions to art and society. Behind the charming smile and a career spanning more than 6 decades lie stories filled with pain and loss. From battling illness and losing loved ones to moments that nearly broke him, Redford has overcome it all to become a symbol not just of talent, but of resilience. So, what truly happened behind the glittering lights? How did he find balance between fame, art, and personal life? In this video, we'll delve into the hidden corners of Robert Redford's life, untold stories and secrets that will surprise you. Let's embark on this inspirational journey together. Early life. Robert Redford was born on August 18, 1936, in Santa Monica, California, into a working-class family. His father, Charles Redford, was an accountant for Standard Oil, and his mother, Martha Redford, was the warmth of the family. Amidst the Great Depression, the Redford family wasn't wealthy, but they had a strong bond and shared love. For Redford, his mother was the center of his world, a resilient, optimistic, and determined woman who always believed her son was destined for great things. However, Robert Redford's life was soon overshadowed by illness and loss. At the age of 11, Redford contracted polio, a dangerous disease that spread fear among families before vaccines were widely available. One morning, he awoke with difficulty opening his eyes and unable to move his body. Confusion and fear followed him for 2 weeks as he lay bedridden, with his family unsure if he would fully recover. For a boy of an age where movement and exploration were essential, being immobilized was both a physical and mental challenge. Although Redford did not suffer as severely as others who required iron lungs, those days left a deep mark on his mind, helping him develop resilience and the ability to endure hardship, traits that would follow him throughout his life. But greater tragedy was yet to come. Just a few years after recovering from polio, Redford faced an irreplaceable loss. In 1955, at the age of 18, his mother, Martha, passed away from complications of a blood disorder after giving birth to twins who did not survive 8 years earlier. Martha's death not only took away his mother but also his closest friend. She was always the first to notice the uniqueness in him, believing that Redford had a special talent, and with perseverance, he could achieve something great in life. Losing the one person who always supported and encouraged him left Redford feeling lost, and this profound grief shaped the way he approached life and art from then on. However, even before losing his mother, Redford had already faced another loss that he would carry in his heart: the death of his uncle, David Redford. David was the brother of Redford's father and someone Redford saw as a second father in his life. To Redford, Uncle David embodied courage and adventure, a man not only talented on the football field, but also fluent in 4 languages and a soldier for the U.S. military during World War II. Afternoons spent playing football and talking with Uncle David sparked Redford's love for sports and culture. But then, in 1945, just on New Year's Day, devastating news arrived. David had died during a secret mission in Germany, killed by a sniper while on a mission with his comrades. At the age of 8, Robert Redford had to face the first loss of his life, the loss of the uncle he had always admired. The pain from the deaths of Uncle David and his mother Martha left deep scars in Redford's soul. He grew up in a family with Irish and Scottish American traditions, where emotional restraint and endurance were common. The Redford family did not speak about pain. They did not complain or cry. Instead, they accepted it in silence. When Martha passed away, there were no tearful confessions of sorrow, just a quiet effort to carry on. For Redford, he had to learn how to face sadness and loneliness on his own, a lesson he would later bring to his deeply emotional and complex roles. These losses did not break Redford. On the contrary, they helped build the man and artist he would become. From a young age, Redford learned how to confront life's harsh realities, and these difficulties helped him develop an artistic sensitivity, the ability to convey genuine emotions in each of his roles. For Redford, pain was not just part of life. It was the source of his resilience and the driving force that pushed him forward to create the legacy he would leave for the world. Early career. After significant childhood losses, Robert Redford entered a new phase of his life with a rebellious spirit and a desire to find his own path. In the late 1950s, he enrolled at the University of Colorado at Boulder on a baseball scholarship. With outstanding talent on the field, Redford was expected to achieve great success in sports. However, his life took a completely different path. His time at the University of Colorado did not go smoothly. Instead of focusing on sports and academics, Redford quickly got swept up in parties, drinking, and fun. He became a member of the Kappa Sigma fraternity, where his already disorganized lifestyle worsened. His indulgence in drinking and carefree living led to him being expelled from the university, losing his scholarship and facing a personal crisis at a young age. But instead of letting failure defeat him, Redford chose a different path. With a rebellious spirit and a thirst for exploration, he embarked on a journey across Europe. This period helped expand his horizons and awakened his passion for art. In Europe, Redford not only learned about life but also engaged with art, culture, and the lifestyle of free-spirited artists. He stopped in Florence, Italy to study painting, then moved to Paris, where he continued to refine his artistic skills. This journey was not just an exploration of the outside world, but a search for himself, where he realized that art could be the way to salvation and inner growth. Returning to the U.S., Redford focused on acting, a field completely different from the initial expectations of him in sports. He decided to study at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts in New York, where his acting skills were quickly honed. This time at the Academy gave Redford the critical foundation to build his acting career. From a rebellious young man, he became a potential actor with an authentic and profound acting style. Career success. One of Redford's first major milestones came in 1963 when he played Paul Bratter in Neil Simon's play Barefoot in the Park. His role in this comedy about a newlywed couple placed Redford among the ranks of promising Broadway actors. Barefoot in the Park was not only a commercial success, but also established Redford's talent for portraying characters with humor, subtlety, and genuine emotion. His success on stage drew Hollywood's attention, opening the door to a promising film career. However, even at this early stage, Redford was always cautious in choosing roles, wanting to find characters with depth rather than superficial glamour. In 1969, Redford's career took a major turn when he took on the role of Sundance Kid in the film Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. This was not just one of the most iconic Western films in Hollywood, but it was also the moment that catapulted Redford to international stardom. In the film, Redford played Sundance Kid, a charming outlaw with a conscience, always standing by Butch Cassidy, played by Paul Newman, on dangerous yet stylish adventures. The combination of Redford and Newman created a perfect duo both on and off the screen. They showed such seamless chemistry that they became a magnetic force in the film. Their relationship went beyond work, growing into a friendship that lasted for decades. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid was not only a major box office success, but also solidified Redford as one of Hollywood's most sought-after stars. But Redford's success did not stop at just one role. The 1970s saw Redford becoming one of Hollywood's top actors with a series of classic films. In 1973, he once again collaborated with Paul Newman in The Sting. The film, set in the 1930s, tells the story of two skilled con men plotting a complex scheme for revenge. Redford's role as Johnny Hooker, a clever and witty con artist, allowed him to shine once more. The Sting was not only a major box office hit, but also won 7 Oscars, including Best Picture, and earned Redford his first Oscar nomination for Best Actor. That same year, Redford starred in the romantic drama The Way We Were alongside Barbra Streisand. The film tells the story of a romantic but troubled love affair between two individuals with opposing personalities. This time, Redford not only captivated audiences with his charm, but also touched their hearts with his genuine portrayal of the hidden pains of love. Additionally, films like Jeremiah Johnson, 1972, a story about a man's solitary life and adventures in the wilderness, and 3 Days of the Condor, 1975, a thrilling spy movie, continued to prove Redford's versatility, showing his ability to shift emotions from one character to another with great subtlety. In every role, he brought a unique style, allowing audiences to feel the authenticity and inner depth of each character. One of the most iconic films in Redford's career was All the President's Men, 1976, a political drama based on the Watergate scandal. In the film, Redford portrayed Bob Woodward, one of 2 Washington Post journalists, who investigated and exposed the shocking truth of the scandal. The story of power and the transparency of the press was conveyed through Redford's serious and focused performance. The film was not only a commercial success, but also critically acclaimed, winning 4 Oscars, including Best Screenplay. Redford's performance in All the President's Men showcased his maturity as an actor. He not only portrayed a dedicated investigative journalist, but also brought emotional depth to the film, depicting the fear, tension, and faith in justice. This was one of the most important roles in Redford's career, contributing to his reputation as a serious and skilled actor. From actor to talented director. As Robert Redford's acting career reached its peak, he didn't stop there but decided to pursue a new path: directing. This wasn't an easy decision, but for someone always seeking challenges and creativity like Redford, stepping behind the camera was not only a natural progression, but also a way for him to express a deeper perspective on storytelling. Redford's transition from actor to director was marked by his directorial debut Ordinary People, 1980. This was a family drama about a middle-class American family grappling with the tragedy of losing their eldest son in an accident and the complex psychological conflicts among the remaining family members. Redford didn't choose an easy or glamorous story like many other Hollywood films. Instead, he focused on the subtle aspects of emotion, on the psychological wounds that the family could not heal, clearly portrayed through the characters' performances. From his very first work, Redford proved himself as a director with a deep understanding of people and life. He didn't rely on flashy techniques or dazzling shots, but rather on subtle angles, authentic dialogue, and the delicate conveyance of emotions through the character's eyes and gestures. Redford's direction helped Ordinary People become a major success, receiving widespread critical acclaim. The film won 4 Oscars, including Best Picture and Best Director, and opened the door for Redford to join the ranks of Hollywood's talented directors. Following the success of Ordinary People, Redford continued to showcase his directing talents in many other films. One of his most notable works was A River Runs Through It, 1992, a film based on the novel by Norman Maclean. The movie tells the story of 2 brothers growing up in Montana in the early 20th century under the strict guidance of their father, a Presbyterian minister. Known for its stunning natural scenery and subtle emotional storytelling, A River Runs Through. It is not just a family story, but a reflection on growth and a love for nature. Redford used his skills to craft a story filled with emotion, blending human connection with nature. The serene river scenes and majestic mountains became an integral part of the narrative, symbolizing the flow of life and its unpredictable changes. The interactions between the 2 brothers, along with their internal struggles and love for their father, were portrayed with great sensitivity by Redford, both relatable and profound. The film received not only praise for its visuals but also an Oscar nomination for Best Cinematography, demonstrating Redford's ability to merge art and storytelling. A River Runs Through It further solidified his position as a visionary director capable of creating enduring works of art. In 1994, Redford directed Quiz Show, another work that showcased his talent in dealing with complex ethical and media-related stories. The film tells the story of the scandal on the famous 1950s television quiz show, 21, where the producers rigged the game to boost ratings. Quiz Show wasn't just about a media scandal, but also a reflection on ethical conflicts and the impact of fame, power, and money on people. With Quiz Show, Redford used his skills to explore the intricate stories of morality and responsibility. The film received Oscar nominations for Best Director and Best Picture, once again affirming Redford's ability to choose stories with depth and significant social relevance. Robert Redford's directorial style has always been praised for its subtlety and ability to convey genuine emotions. He never forces exaggerated feelings, but instead employs a gentle approach in handling characters and situations. Redford always places the story and characters at the forefront, using imagery and sound to create the most authentic emotional space. This allows his works to easily touch the hearts of audiences without relying on complex visual effects. From actor to director, Robert Redford has proven himself to be not only a talented artist, but also an outstanding storyteller. His ability to create emotionally rich and meaningful works has made him one of the greatest names in world cinema. Personal life. Alongside a brilliant career, Robert Redford has had a personal life filled with highs and lows, along with deeply moving experiences. Redford has experienced many emotional phases, and one of the most significant relationships in his life was with his first wife, Lola Van Wagenen. The two met in the late 1950s when Redford was still a young actor trying to make a name for himself. In 1958, they officially married in a simple ceremony in Las Vegas. Their marriage was not just a love story between two young people, but also a profound connection between two individuals who shared similar views on life and family. Lola Van Wagenen, a historian and social activist, became one of Redford's greatest supports during his early career. Their life together was not easy, especially as Redford was building his name in the highly competitive entertainment industry. Nevertheless, they managed to overcome these challenges together and built a strong family with 4 children: Scott, Shauna, James, and Amy. However, their family life was also marked by tragedy and loss. In 1959, their first tragedy struck when Scott, Redford, and Lola's firstborn son passed away at just 10 weeks old due to sudden infant death syndrome, SIDS. Scott was born amidst great anticipation and joy from his parents. Becoming a father for the first time is always a deeply emotional experience, and for Redford, it was a moment of complete happiness after many personal struggles in his career and life. But that happiness was short-lived. One morning, they discovered that Scott had stopped breathing in his crib with no warning signs. Scott's sudden death left both Redford and Lola utterly devastated. For Redford, the loss of his child was an unimaginable shock. At the time, CDS was still poorly understood, and the lack of knowledge about the condition caused both Redford and Lola to blame themselves, even though they couldn't have done anything to prevent the tragedy. Redford, who had always been strong in the face of life's challenges, felt utterly powerless for the first time. He couldn't protect his son, and that pain became a mental scar that would never heal. For decades after, Redford rarely spoke about this loss. Only years later did he reveal that Scott's death had left him with a wound that will never heal, a pain that he always kept hidden. 3 years after Scott's death, Redford and Lola faced similar anxieties when their second son, James Redford, was born with a series of serious health problems. James was diagnosed with respiratory distress syndrome, a dangerous lung condition in newborns that threatened his life from the moment he was born. The constant fear of death loomed over the family once again. Although James survived this initial danger, his life was never easy. Over the years, he battled multiple illnesses, from ulcerative colitis to liver disease, conditions that severely weakened his body. Eventually, James had to undergo 2 liver transplants to stay alive. Redford wasn't just a father. He was a constant companion in his son's battle for life, dedicated and patient. He once recounted that those were the most painful months of his life, watching his son face death. Although James survived the surgeries and built a successful career in filmmaking, his health issues continued to plague him. In 2020, James passed away at the age of 58 from bile duct cancer, a complication of the conditions he had fought since childhood. James's death left a deep void in Redford's heart and in his family. James was not only Redford's son, but also his spiritual heir, someone who had worked alongside his father on numerous environmental and film projects. In addition to the sorrow of losing 2 sons, Robert Redford also endured another tragedy when his daughter, Shauna Redford, lost her boyfriend, Sid Wells, in a murder case in 1983. Sid, a promising journalism student, was mysteriously shot dead in his apartment at the University of Colorado, where he and Shauna were studying. The case became one of the most famous unsolved murders, leaving not only Shauna, but the entire Redford family in a state of confusion and grief. Shauna, a talented artist, pursued a career in art and always tried to distance herself from her father's fame. However, Sid's tragedy plunged her into prolonged sorrow. As a father, Redford deeply felt his daughter's pain, which made him more aware of life's fragility. Despite being a beloved star, the losses within his family always humbled him, making him cherish every moment with his loved ones even more. For Redford, these losses were not just isolated events, but they became deeply ingrained in his soul, influencing how he viewed life and his career. These tragedies did not break him. Instead, they motivated him to seek balance and deeper meaning in his life. However, after nearly 3 decades of marriage, Redford and Lola decided to divorce in 1985. Despite the end of their marriage, Redford has always spoken of their relationship with respect and gratitude, affirming that the two have maintained a close relationship even after the separation. The divorce with Lola was not the end of Redford's journey in seeking personal happiness. In 1996, he began a relationship with Sibylle Zaggers, a German artist who would become his life partner for many years. Redford and Zaggers officially married in 2009 in a simple ceremony in Germany. This second marriage took place when Redford had already grown more mature, more understanding about life and relationships. He and Sibylle shared similar values in art and nature, and they worked together to protect the environment, a passion that both of them deeply cherished. Sibylle was not only Redford's life partner, but also his collaborator in many artistic and environmental projects. Together, they built a peaceful life at their 6,000-acre ranch in Utah, where Redford could escape the spotlight and enjoy the tranquility of nature. With Sibylle, Redford found peace after the tumultuous events in his life, and together, they created an inspiring life full of creativity. One of the most admirable things about Robert Redford is his ability to protect his and his family's privacy from the pressures of fame. Despite being one of Hollywood's brightest stars, Redford has always maintained a distance from the media and public when it comes to his personal life. He rarely appeared in tabloids or shared details about his private life. His steadfastness in keeping his personal life private not only protected his family, but also helped him maintain a balance between work and life. Redford has always believed that fame is just part of the job and should not take up too much space in personal life. Rather than living under Hollywood's dazzling lights, Redford chose to live simply and stay close to nature, where he could find peace and creative inspiration. Sundance and social contributions. Robert Redford is not only renowned as an actor and director, but has also left a significant mark on society, especially with his dedication to independent cinema and environmental protection. In 1981, he founded the Sundance Film Festival, a space dedicated to independent filmmakers, helping to boost the development of artistic cinema. Sundance has become a platform for young talents like Quentin Tarantino and Steven Soderbergh, where they can freely create without the commercial pressures of Hollywood. Beyond his film career, Redford has been an active environmental activist. He has been involved in numerous campaigns to protect nature from the destruction of industrialization, such as opposing nuclear energy development and the Keystone XL oil pipeline project. He has also been particularly concerned with the rights of Native Americans, contributing to the preservation of their culture and supporting education within their communities. Redford's efforts have played a crucial role in changing public policy regarding environmental protection and human rights. As both an artist and a social activist, he has left a profound legacy, not only through his films but also through the changes he brought to society, contributing to building a sustainable future for future generations. Current life and future projects. Now in his 80s, Robert Redford maintains a quiet and peaceful lifestyle, focusing more on family values and community activities than Hollywood's limelight. After decades of dedication to art and society, he has decided to step back, passing the spotlight to younger generations and enjoying life alongside his family and loved ones. Redford currently lives with his wife, Sybil Zagers, at their vast ranch in Utah, where he has lived for many years and found serenity amidst the majestic nature. It is also where he built Sundance, not just a film festival, but a true artistic community. In recent years, Redford has gradually withdrawn from film and television roles, but he has never truly left the world of art. Although he announced his retirement in 2018 after his final role in The Old Man and the Gun, Redford still keeps the door open for special projects that he is truly passionate about. He has expressed that if a script or project resonates deeply with him, he might consider returning. However, Redford's primary focus now is on family and personal projects related to environmental protection and artistic development. His ranch in Utah is not only a retreat, but also a center for conservation activities and renewable energy initiatives. Redford continues to fight for environmental issues, using his voice and influence to advocate for policies that protect the planet and combat climate change. He also remains committed to projects related to Native American communities, continuing to support education and cultural preservation. As the founder and soul of Sundance, Redford continues to participate in key events at the film festival. Sundance is not just a symbol of artistic freedom, but is also the greatest legacy he leaves behind for future generations. He continues to support and inspire young filmmakers who want to pursue independent art and bring meaningful stories to the world. Although he has reduced his activities in the entertainment industry, Redford never stops thinking about projects that can raise awareness and contribute positively to society. He has hinted at the possibility of producing more documentaries about environmental issues and climate change, aiming to create lasting and sustainable impact in protecting nature. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more exciting content. Leave a comment and share your thoughts. See you in the next video. Goodbye.